And good morning. Welcome to day 3, our Sunday day, finals day here at the Men's Roller Derby Association Championships 2024.
Yeah, we are bright and early this
Very
morning.
bright, very shiny. Bright and early, yes.
If you don't know, it is always Sequin Sunday for the announcers. So this is why you'll see a lot of this throughout the day.
That's why we've actually made an effort this morning.
And we've got Izzy was showing their sequins as well. So, yeah, first up today.
Well, before we go straight into first up, I know we've got like just barely a minute left before we go into the game, but this is our final game for these two teams. They have played throughout this weekend, so we're going to be seeing the Inhuman League from Sheffield, who are playing in black with the red accents, and they are up against Disorder from Mexico, who are in white with the black accents.
Yeah, so do we want to run a quick through?
The names are on the screen, but those of you who are listening, we have about 30 seconds before the start whistle if it starts on time. So I will give you the skaters for the Inhuman League. They are 03 Wince, 041 Slaysom, 100 Taylor Dawson, 13 Doom, 182 Knievel, 21 Blocky, 27 Nuts and Bolts, 316 Skate Pliskin, 5 Gaviscon, 644 Giganta, 66 Double Tap, 810 Fenno, 87 Hoove, 90 Dorney, and 93 Crash Test Barbie.
Yes, so I will wait and I will call out the Disorder roster in a moment because we are ready to go. Lining up, we have Gaviscon for the Inhuman League. And I can't see from here.
It is Dave, Dave for Disorder.
That's it. So there we go. Both teams playing blinders yesterday. Inhuman League didn't play yesterday.
They played the final game on Friday evening against Gatekeepers. But both teams have had a phenomenal weekend, I must say. All of the teams have played against teams they've never played before, and going into this game is an exciting matchup. Now we have a power jam in favour of Dave for Disorder. That is Gaviscon picking up a cut penalty. And lead now picked up by Dave of Disorder.
So penalty trouble already for Till. They hopefully will get their feet in and cut that out, because sometimes that's the difference between winning or losing. Absolutely.
Those first 5 minutes definitely set the pace for the game, as we've seen throughout this weekend. Teams that haven't played fantastic games have found it hard to come back if they've lost those first 10-15 minutes. But Gaviscon is back on track, taking a big hit. I think that's Davido Suda. Knock out, and the run back again by the Disorder blocker. And Disorder also doing some offensive play here for Dave. Just getting around the inside of Gig, very happy with both his own play, his team's play, and Disorder's play there by the looks of it.
Yeah, there's some really fantastic run backs that we've seen throughout the weekend from Disorder as well. Just beautifully 10 foot, 10 foot, 10 foot. It's been really, really nice. So there's going to be a lot of those hanging about.
Yeah, definitely going to be an action-packed game. 7 points for Disorder in that jam. Inhuman League held to a 0, but we are cracking on with jam number 2.
We've got double tap up for the Inhuman League and Chiquito Valento, who is out front, but I think will sit for, is not lead for a no pass, no penalty.
Lead has been awarded to double tap, but Chiquito Valento already around the outside line of Doom of Inhuman League. Inhuman League now going in for that offensive play. Double tap trying to get some points at the back, but Chiquito Violento has already caught back up to that pack, and it's coming around now past turn number 2.
There we go. Double tap really been an effective jammer over this weekend so far. And to be honest, I feel the reason why they're probably going to run this one long is just to get off the 0 mark.
Oh, absolutely. They've got control of this jam. Double tap, a phenomenal jammer. And now Disorder with the penalty trouble. They have 2 blockers in the box. Inhuman League have got all 4 blockers on track. Chiquito Violento now just with a knockout for double tap to the inside. It comes back on track. It is a good takeout. And that was Mayfair for Disorder. Both jammers really pushing hard, trying to take that outside line, but those lines are closing down very quickly on both sides.
They are. We've got a really, really strong walls, both at the front and the back. Inhuman League have got themselves together and just shut down.
Beautiful knockout there by Party Animal at the end of Disorder, taking double tap to the outside. He did call that jam off, but 11 points picked up, so a good play to continue pushing through by the Inhuman League. Disorder picking up 8 in that jam, so that takes the total to 11 for the Inhuman League, 15 for Disorder.
There's only 4 in it, and I feel like this is going to be
one pass.
Yeah, this is going to be the entire game, isn't it?
I really, really hope so. It's a good way to start our Sunday off here. We are
Skate Pliskin up to jam, who is actually lead because Kevin Nater has been assessed a penalty for a back block.
Kevin Nater, I believe, one of the star jammers yesterday for Disorder. Both jammers. That's a cut penalty for Pliskin, so both jammers immediately back on track.
Oh, Pliskin didn't quite come in behind, but there is an argument that the rearmost blocker was called out of play, so yes, he will return to track.
That argument has been upheld. No official review required. And Pliskin slides through that inside line on that melee of confusion.
Yeah, so OPR
word.
did not see the out of play, but there's also been Kevin Nater has sat down once again for a cut track penalty. Yeah,
lots of action happening here. We can barely keep up with it talking about what's happening. So if you are listening, at the moment, Kevin Nater in the penalty box for Cloud 7 penalty box for a second penalty. Skate Pliskin on a power jam at the moment. Has completed an initial pass. Pack is spread wide around turn number 1, and that's as far as it's got.
No. I thought that was a forearms penalty being called.
That's just the, no, that is a 4 points pass.
There we go.
So Inhuman League now tied with Disorder on points, but both jammers are in the pack. Kevin Nater, a very strong jammer. Pliskin taken to the inside line. That's by Davido De Souda again. And we have another penalty for our jammer, Skate Pliskin. He's been taken out with a high block.
Wow.
Kevin Nater now on a power jam for Disorder. And there's only 5 blockers on track. Let's take that down to 4. Doom now the only blocker for the Inhuman League on the track. We are static at turn 2. That jam comes to an end.
Wow. I mean, I was going to say, like, just before the jam was called, I mean, Doom's been doing some amazing blocking, so he would be fine. But, however...
You never want to be the only blocker. You never want to be the only blocker. I mean, you have control of the entire pack, but my word, any of these jammers coming towards you as a solo blocker, I'd be like, no, thank you, I retire right now. 18 points to 19. 19 for Disorder, 18 points for the Inhuman League, going into jam number 4.
So even with all of this penalty trouble, it seems it's quite even, also in penalty trouble.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Perversa picking up lead jammer for Disorder. Again, very small pack, we know, on track at the moment. It is just Dorney for the Inhuman League, but we've got a tip out from the Cloud 7 penalty box, and Skate Pliskin has now picked up a swift initial pass, but Perversa is already on a scoring pass, and with only 2 blockers to come round, is looking for those points. Party Animal with a good knock to the inside on Skate Pliskin, holding him on his scoring pass slow, but we've got beautiful
That was
offense.
lovely.
As Knievel and Dorney for the Inhuman League just opening up that inside line and immediately closing down now to hold Perversa.
So it looks like Skate Pliskin is... basically, it seems like what he's looking for is his own pack. He's got a penalty there. No, he hasn't. We thought it was a penalty, but he is just returned to track. That is a full fort to the sky.
Yeah, the whistles are going. There's a lot of action happening. There's a lot of calls being made. So I think the Jammers are just being extra cautious.
Absolutely, yeah.
Rather than picking up any insubordination misconducts. They are definitely double checking. Is that me?
Is that me?
A little bit of a guilty conscience maybe, but yeah, definitely checking, which is the best way to go about it. Playing nice and safe in this starter game. 8 points picked up by Skate Pliskin, 10 points for Perversa. So we are now 26 for the Inhuman League. Remember, they are playing in black with the red accent, and Disorder are on 29. They are playing in white.
So we have Hoof and Dave up to jam. Hoof being a really effective jammer over this weekend. Dave doing some absolutely fantastic jamming, as we've seen so far. Big runbacks again, once from Disorder. Just keeping Hoof off that inside line while Dave fights 2 up front.
And that is lead going to Dave around that outside of Taylor Dawson. Immediately coming back, though, to provide some offense for Hoof. Still holding on to her, number 2, with a good knockout by Davido De Sua. And that gives space for Dave, the jammer, for Disorder to take that inside line.
So we've got a little bit of a struggle here this time for Hoof. I think it's Hoof being quite a leggy, inside steppy blocker. Disorder have these lines absolutely closed down.
Completely locked down. And again, I don't want to take away from the ability, because the skill and ability is huge.
Super
but
high.
I think the difference in height between the jammers and the blockers is also something that maybe Hoof for the Inhuman League isn't necessarily used to coming up against.
That's right. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Like I would say the Inhuman League are quite a lot of tall blockers. I think that's and tall, but also very, very heavy blockers. So whereas you've got the smaller, more agile blockers of Disorder.
And 2 very different styles of playing, as we've been seeing throughout this weekend. So we're currently in an official timeout, whilst the officials just catch up with honestly, I don't know how they're doing it. There's so much going on, this action on the track. And our timeouts are sponsored by Cleveland Guardians. I'm sure you've heard plenty of fun facts about them throughout this weekend, but we are going to repeat these for you because, repetition is knowledge, knowledge is information, information is power. So
and you'll be able to come back with them.
Absolutely, yeah. If you repeat them back to us, that would be fantastic. So their skater Zero, who is one of the officials this weekend, was awarded the first Volunteer of the Year award at the 2023 MRDA Western Hemisphere Cup last season. If you stick around on stream, you may hear an interview with Zero later on today before before the bronze medal game.
Yes,
we are excited to see who will receive the awards this year. We are going to have... Oh, he's on track right now. Thank you so much to our producer. So one of our jammer referees for this game is Zero from Cleveland Guardians. Stick around. An interview with Zero will be taking place later today.
Yeah, we've got lots of interviews. We've been having them after pretty much every game. So you think you got time to go catch up, but you don't, because we've got so much content coming in your ear rolls.
Keep this tuned on. I mean, a free stream, just keep it on all day, in the background, whatever you're doing. Sunday, chill out, listen to us. Even if you're at the other side of the world, have it on playing whilst you have, instead of your meditation sleep app, have this running. We're sure our wonderful voices will keep you nice and soothed.
Dulcet tones.
I wouldn't call that dull, maybe, but not dulcet. Coco, would you like to give us the lineup for Disorder whilst we've got a pause in action?
Oh, as you say that,
would love to.
I
would
love to, but as soon as it was called. So we've got Gavascon for the Inhuman League, and number 85, Chiquito Violento.
Violento, yes. Chiquito Violento. Fantastic jammer. Let's see where Chiquito's going for the outside line, but Gaviscon goes for that inside. Just knocked down. That is Party Animal taking that run. Sorry, Party Boy taking that run back. I'm calling him Party Animal. Party Boy taking that run back, and it is a cut issued to Chiquito Violento. So lead is still open and issued to Gaviscon.
That was a great one. I think Gaviscon, again, has struggled a little bit with the shorter blockers. He's very much a push and go, except for when he does an apex jump of the entire track.
Why not? Why not? Mix it up a little bit, yeah. Gaviscon now coming through. Nice, easy, open pass. Blocky there, I believe, for Inhuman League, holding the outside line open. So Gaviscon on 8 points already for this jam, taking Inhuman League up to 34. Calls it with an extra 4 points.
Lovely.
That should, if we wait for the scores just to update, indeed give us another lead change.
Yep.
How many lead changes this game?
So if you
3
are...
or 4, I think.
how many chugs of coffee do I have to have for every lead change this game?
Well, I mean, it is a Sunday morning. Let's have 12 per lead change. Why not? 12 points to the Inhuman League, bringing them to 38 points. Disorder not yet to score in this jam. That holds them on 37. We are just under 20 minutes left in this period.
And that was the first time Disorder had not completed an initial pass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So double tap, making really quick work there, getting out for lead. What's happening so far at the moment, I think Disorder have not got their walls together as much these past 2 jams, which makes light work for these till jammers.
I agree with you, Coco. I don't think it's necessarily Disorder's fault. I think Inhuman League have actually picked up on how to break these walls and starting to use that to advantage. Disorder, a very quick learning team, as we've seen them adapt to the teams throughout this weekend. Their defense is so solid. Holding now, double tap as he comes around onto the audience straight. Chiquito Violento has been held on turn 1 after returning from the penalty box. Pack stretching round, but double tap goes around the inside of Party Boy and picks up another 4 points.
So, I mean, I would not like to go against that 3 wall of Slays them, Dorney and Doom. That is horrific.
I mean, there's reasons why we stay behind the microphone many times, and most of those are on track right now. Another 4 points, Inhuman Leagues, double tap picking up 12 points so far this jam. Chiquito Violento still managed to push through to turn 2, but has made no further progress as yet. Slays them and Dorney, as you said, horrible 3 wall to get through. Lovely offense though, breaking Chiquito Violento out. So we now have Disorder on a scoring pass, but double tap is on his 4th. Takes a big hit to the inside, and I believe that was by Ritter, and calls that jam to a finish. 15 points.
Longest jam of the game. Up next, we're going to see double taps, little scoochie through on that outside line. There we go.
Twinkle toes.
I mean, he's a young'un, so, you know.
He has knees.
He has knees.
He has knees. So 15 points for double tap, 53 now to the Inhuman League, 37 Disorder, been held on a 0 for 2 jams running. Penalties are a little bit scattered across both, but no one's on more than 3. But we must say Disorder's lineup, we haven't heard it as yet, but they are playing 2 players shorter than the Inhuman League, so they do have a short roster.
Yeah. We've had 6 jammer penalties and as many jams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, there were quite a few in the Skate Pliskin and Kevinator jam that we had previously.
That was a bit of a spiral.
Well, I mean,
4 in 1 jam. Wow.
I mean, if you drew yourself a statistical graph, that they're all outliers at the moment.
So yeah, I mean, we've got quite spread out in terms of penalties. Oh, so yes, while we're going for team timeout, I'm going to get a chance to go through this roster. So 1-7 Nobody, 1-7-06 Belena, 2-0 Kevinator, 2-1 Ritter, 2-8 Mayfair, 5-3 Davido Dessou, 6 Kill V Main, 6-9 A. Is that right? A.
No, that is Party Boy.
That's Party Boy. It literally just says A on my thing.
A.
7-5 B Show, 7-9 Kota Liku, 8 Perversa, 8-3 Ixel, 8-5 Chiquito Violento, who we've seen lots of so far, 9 Nitafaka, and 9 to Dave.
And it is Skate Pliskin picking up lead jammer for the Inhuman League. Kevenator also out of the pack though and chasing around, wanting to close it down. Party Boy taking Pliskin down to the ground with Davido Dessou. And Kevenator just pushing through. Look at that power. We've been talking about those Till defensive walls, but Kevenator is out in front of Pliskin. Pliskin picking up a forearm penalty as well. So lead has gone. This is now a power jam to Kevenator, but it will be a full 2-minute jam that we'll be watching.
Just the absolute strength and power that Kevenator is hitting the rear of those packs is phenomenal.
Once again, so glad I am this side of this screen. 2 versus 2 in the pack. We've just got a tip out now, so Disorder have got all 4.
Lovely offense there.
It was beautiful work there, the Disorder pivot. From nobody.
Yeah.
No offense from nobody.
Nobody did offense.
Oh, I'm not a pun person, so clearly the players are doing it for me.
Beautiful swinging side to side from Party Boy just to get around the hips of that pack.
Both jammers now picking up points in this jam. Pliskin has returned from the Cloud 7 penalty box.
There was some lovely offense, but unfortunately just couldn't make the most of it.
Yeah, it was a really good run back again by Nobody. Now again to the inside line, and it's Davido Dessou. In the meantime, Kevenator's picking up another 4-point pass. This is a high-scoring jam for Disorder. Hits straight through into Crash Test. Barbie taking them down to the ground for another 4 points. 24 points so far for Kevenator. We're into the last 6 seconds of this jam. Kevenator coming around the outside line, held now by Inhuman League. And taken to the inside. Were there any points picked up? Ooh.
Full 4. So 4 for Kevenator.
Ooh. Ooh. We're just hearing some fantastic facts from our wonderful producer. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to change those facts. We're going to have to change those facts. So this is the second highest jam of the weekend by Kevenator. Not by Kevenator, in total. Kevenator picking up a 27-point jam. Inhuman League on 57 points. Disorder now with a lead change to 64.
Yeah, highest was 28 by Roll Might. So that's one to aim for, isn't it?
Only one off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Might as well give him it.
Exactly. Oh, and we have lead going to Hoof.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, yeah. It was indicated. Hoof picking up a cut penalty, making his way to the Cloud 7 penalty box. We also have Belena on track jamming, but jamming for Disorder. Oh, outside line almost opened up, but that is Doom who just closed it down.
Yeah, the man stretches full 4, but took through the inside for Belena. An absolutely fantastic jammer this weekend. Really agile, really strong.
There's been a forearm penalty issued to Taylor Dawson for the Inhuman League, so now we've just got 2 Inhuman League blockers, and they have been split apart. My goodness, I think they're about 50 foot apart. Doom now returning back to Knievel as we have Hoof back now from the Cloud 7 penalty box.
Big splits between the 2 packs there.
Yeah, it's a very long stretch out.
Yeah, Mayfair keeping everybody in play.
Hoof picking up a out-of-play penalty. I believe that was a block whilst that pack was momentarily split. So there's again a power jam for Belena, but Belena is being held solid, and Disorder are picking up a couple of blocker penalties.
Yeah.
So they're down to just the 2 blockers, but one of them is Party Boy. Oh no, Disorder had a blocker report by accident. They do have 3 blockers on track. 3 blockers on track at the moment. We haven't moved past turn number 1 with this pack. We are still sitting in that 30-foot spread, and that jam comes to an end.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, this is the one where the refs can take the skates off and just put the trainers on. So
yeah, right?
we did not move. Our camera people are getting very, you know, static. You know, just chill out.
Just chill out.
Sit back. Have a very leisurely Sunday morning. 4 points picked up by Belena of Disorder in that jam, taking their lead to an extension into 68 points, playing Inhuman League's 57. Inhuman League have just taken a team timeout.
So again, once the team timeouts are sponsored by Cleveland Guardians. So they're trying to lead by example by putting roller derby first, helping teams get their games, being active participants in the shaping of the organization, hosting and traveling to major MRDA events. Unfortunately, they could not make it here this weekend, but we hold them in our spirit.
And we hold their sign above at the back of our track as well. If our cameras pan around, you may see it occasionally.
We just had Brute of Ken basically deafen us on the left-hand side with the Inhuman Ho shout.
We did. We just had a score correction as well. It was 8 points picked up in that previous jam. No, wait, 7 points picked up in that previous jam. So that puts Disorder on 71. So 57 plays, 71. We're just under 13 minutes left in this period. Again, do stick around. Today is going to be such a cracking day of action. We've got Dave for Disorder just being held at the back, and it is Pliskin, Kate Pliskin, able to get past the Davido Dessou.
Gaviscon.
Oh, it's Gav. I do apologise. It's Gaviscon. It's because they both jam very, very well.
Yes.
So Gaviscon now taking that inside line, trying to push through. That pack is a melee.
Yep.
Gav manages to push nobody out. Just Davido Dessou holding back for that full 4 points.
Oh.
Wonderful takeout by Davido Dessou.
You know, in a 180 apex, apex jump just for the lulz.
Why not? Did pick up an out-of-play block, however, and Gaviscon is now out and picking up points for the Inhuman League.
But by that time, you're already back 30 foot. So we've got a star pass to nobody.
That is nobody for Disorder. Has now taken the star, but is having the same amount of trouble with that Inhuman League tripod. Well, I say that. What a wonderful opportunity. Finds that inside line, skips over it. Gaviscon finds the same inside line. Oh, nobody goes for that apex jump. I think we're all aware it was just out of time.
And you might have caught Gaviscon almost taking the wall out as well. We have a nice scoreline here.
So nice.
It's so nice.
So nice.
12 points for that. That was grand work by Gaviscon there. 69. Disorder on 71. Brings it back to 2 points.
Yeah, it is, you know, just one jam and we're already having a more nail-biting game. 11 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this period as that jam starts. Chiquito Violento is lead jammer for Disorder, so they're going to look to try and extend that lead, that tiny lead they've got at the moment. It is double tap, stretching that pack out. Party Boy taking double tap out, but going down himself, so Inhuman League are now able to start their scoring trip.
Good choices by double tap to just carry on.
And Chiquito Violento around that inside line, picks up a cutting penalty. So double tap, it's now on a power jam. Disorder are down to just 3 blockers on track.
Yeah, good choice to keep, they're going to keep this one running. Good jammer to do this as well.
It is indeed. Double tap just been taken out to the inside by that Disorder 3 wall. The sweep comes in.
That's beautiful.
That was teamwork. Teamwork personified. Double tap aware of that sweep coming through. I honestly thought, looking at it, they were going to take the entire blocker and their own jammer out, but no, really well timed. Disorder now back up to 4 blockers, but as are the Inhuman League.
And double tap has absolutely got his eyes on Slazem the entire time, clearing that path.
12 points so far picked up by double tap, but we do have Chiquito Violento back in the pack and going through, so points now being picked up for Disorder as well.
So we have just over 30 seconds left of this jam, so it will run for the 2 full minutes. Again, big hit off there by Davido Dessou. Like, if you see that red helmet coming for you,
run away fast. Which is, I think, what most of the jammers are trying to do.
Just not quick enough.
Well, I mean, the pace this weekend is just phenomenal. We are talking the top level of roller derby here.
It's so good.
Knocked down to the ground, a little bit of action happening at the front now, but Inhuman League have reset themselves around Chiquito Violento. Jam comes to an end. This is going to make the scoreline very exciting as we've had another lead change.
We're just going to, oh, well, it's 4 apiece to the sky in terms of points. So yes, that should keep it a lead change as it is.
Oh my word, we're sticking with that 2-point differential, but it's switched the opposite way. 16 points picked up by the Inhuman League in that jam, 12 to Disorder. So we're now looking at 85 for Inhuman League, 83 for Disorder. We are pausing at 8 minutes, 44 seconds left in this period with an official timeout.
Yes. Our official timeouts are sponsored by Fillet Official. I've been reminded that it's not fillet as our...
It's fillet.
Fillet
Official.
Like a fillet of fish.
Fillet Official.
The one that you get from McDonald's. I don't know if do we do that in the UK anymore. I think it...
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Fair enough.
I'm sure the official is more popular than the food.
Probably, yes. We absolutely have so much love for Fillet Official this weekend, and you will hear so much from us about that. Recently visited the UK, visiting Edinburgh, Scottish Highlands, York and London. So more travelling is required, I believe.
I mean, you're basically drawing a line across the UK there, aren't you? Saying, I'm not going any further south than York. You know, Yorkshire is it.
Yeah.
No Midlands, no Black Country, none of that.
And the only reason you're going to London is because that's where you've got to fly into.
Exactly. Well. And out, yeah, in and out.
We have a sparkly twerking mirror ball that is Windmill Wilkin, serenading us with dance right now.
Dancinating us. It is a wonderful atmosphere here at the Walker Dome. If you haven't been able to make it in person, you have missed out. I know we have this stream for you. We're really grateful you're listening in, but the atmosphere here all weekend has just been sparkling, as sparkly as this Sunday is for the announcer team. So if you have the opportunity to in the future, definitely recommend looking into attending MRDA championships or MRDA tournaments in the future. Definitely get yourself down to one, support your local roller derby team. Roller derby teams we've got on today, Sheffield's the Inhuman League in black with the red accent up against Mexico's Disorder, who are white with the black accents, and it is
lead jammer for Pliskin.
It is indeed. Coco, give us a little bit more info about what's happening at the start of that jam.
So, just seemed to be a lot of tussling. Kevin actually having a lot more trouble than would normally. So, Giganto in the box, and that is a star stash for Kevin to get out, not lead. Full 4 points there for Pliskin. We've got one in the box each. Ooh!
Beautiful apex jump by Kevin Ater. Coco lost for words, but a spin around the outside for Skate Pliskin. Very low pack again. We are looking at penalty troubles. The Cloud 7 penalty box is seeing a lot of action in this game, just constant rotation happening around.
That sweep again by Till.
Same blockers as well, doing that wonderful team sweep. Managing to slow down and hold Kevin Ater is not an easy task. So Kevin Ater now just being held before turn 3. Pliskin coming round for another scoring pass. Pliskin's already picked up 12 points. Kevin Ater, I believe, with that final motion has possibly picked up 12 as well, but Pliskin 3 points in that final trip.
Yeah, that's another
that lovely score.
Spicy! A direct dot on this century. So we've got replay here. This is the apex jump by Kevin Ater. Lovely.
Nice and effective, efficient. 100 points in Human League, 95 for Disorder.
So out of the 12 jams, we have had 8 leads by Till with a 4 out of 12 for Disorder. So yeah, it seems like lead are coming through, but just not getting those points in.
Not getting those points, and I believe the Disorder jammers are making a very good use of the power jams that they've had. And when they do get out and do get lead, they are picking up some quite high scores. We saw that giant scoring pass from Kevin Ater earlier. On the track for Disorder at the moment, jamming, we have Perversa being held at the back of turn 2 by Inhuman Leagues. It was a 3-wall, it's now a 4-wall. Let's make it worse for you, shall we? Whilst they were doing Disorder did a lovely takeout for Hoof, who is the jammer for Inhuman League.
Yeah, Once again, Davido Dessou.
Yeah, lovely run back. They are so swift with that takeout and take back. Taylor Dawson coming in for some offense. And we have had a big hit come through by Party Boy, who is sent off for that offensive play.
A misconduct penalty, I believe, but that covers so much these days. Who knows what it was?
Perversa trying to get those lines, but realising Human League know where those edges of the track are as much as Disorder do. Ooh, and Hoof is out for lead.
Oh, you can see the relief on his face. That's a full minute and a half.
It's a defensive game happening. Perversa goes in for that knock to try and slow Hoof down, as there's only 2 Disorder blockers currently on the track. Davido Dessou trying to hold only blocker for a moment. Party Boy has now joined. But the Inhuman League are already scoring. Disorder picking up rotating penalties. This is not going to be helping them out at all if they want to keep this points close. Disorder not picking up any points. I don't think they even broke out in that.
I don't think they...
Thank you so much, Loud and Queer. Only the second time that they've not completed their initial pass in this game, and it's definitely a detriment to them. 95 being held for Disorder. Inhuman League on 104 points. 4.5 minutes left in the game.
This, I feel like the next few sort of 4 minutes that we've got left of this half is going to be a grind. Penalties have started to slow down for the Jammers, especially shown by Gav getting out and lead there. So it is the full defense that is just going to give these Jammers a hard time.
Oh, totally. And I mean, we've spoken a lot about it already in this first half. I'm sure we'll be speaking about it in the second half as well. Dave jamming for Disorder, managed a lovely outside line spin on his initial pass. Really struggling at the moment on this second pass, taken down to the inside as Gaviscon did an apex jump. All the action in the same foot of space there. Gaviscon's already picked up 8 points. He's coming around for a third scoring trip. Slowed down now by Disorder. We all paused here on turn 3. But Dave manages to find that inside line.
That switch.
Yeah, lovely scoring. Disorder now creeping towards the triple digits. Oh, Gaviscon holds them away.
Rude.
Yes, rude.
Rude. No, you can have 99 and that is your lot.
99 plays 116. Gaviscon with a 12-point jam.
Lovely. I think that's just what they needed right now.
Yeah, and this game, I don't think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, dear YouTube watchers and listeners in the chat, but I don't think we've actually had a full lap with the pack yet. I'm not sure they've actually gone round the track once in a jam. Yeah. It is a very, very defense-heavy game.
Slow, which is, oh, that was, sorry, I interrupted myself. It was a beautiful spinny spin from a double tap to get through on that inside line. Spin, apex jump, 360, and then...
Chiquito Violento.
I know, doesn't want to be outdone.
Not going to be outshone. Chasing, double tap into the back of the pack, takes the inside line, picks up 4 points with a beautiful apex jump. Slices through again through the inside. A little bit more challenge on the second scoring pass. Double tap now out, takes a second tap, takes a double tap himself before finishing his scoring trip.
And we now just core Chiquito Violento on that apex jump right there.
Let's have another look at that Chiquito Violento apex jump. It was so beautiful, we both stopped talking.
That's the only time Robbie's been held to one pass.
Lovely. And that is, first time that Double Tap has been held to just one pass whenever he's gone out to jam this time.
119 for the Inhuman League, 107 for Disorder. We're into the final couple of minutes of this period.
So looking at the penalties, we have a total of 31 for the Inhuman League versus 20 to Disorder. We've got 1 on 5, but spread across the rest of them quite well. We have slowed down a bit. It just kind of keeps peaking and troughing. We've got a full complement of blockers and well, I say that, and Knievel goes and sits down.
I was about to make the same assumption, but we should never assume. Knievel taking the seat for the penalty in the Cloud 7 penalty box. Leaves 3 versus 4. I say that, we're now on 3 versus 3. And our jammers are Skate Pisk and Kevinator. Lead jammer Kevinator for Disorder. Disorder now looking to creep back.
And we only have Fenno on a lonesome. Jam gets called, so Till will actually start with
3
in the box.
3 in the box. Why not?
Yeah, because you've got one standing. Knievel is standing.
That's the first time Till haven't scored since Jam 9.
Oh my word, we've just been informed by Loud and Queer that's the first time since Jam 9 that the Inhuman League have not scored. So some fantastic work there by Disorder. They are now 8 points behind. This may be the last jam for this period. And it is Belena picking up lead jammer for Disorder. This is exactly what they need. Yep. They need to hold a 0 for Gaviscon, which will be a tough task.
It will be, yeah.
Pick up 8 points themselves. Belena now back in for a scoring pass. Inhuman League just 2 blockers on track, and we are looking at Knievel and Infamy.
So Disorder also down to 2 blockers, which short work by Gaviscon. I think it's going to be a pretty even Stevens jam, so I don't see that scoreline closing before the end of this half.
I think it's just going to come down to timing, whether they're working for points or working to get players out before period 2. The period clock has disappeared. We have a few more blockers now on track. Crash Test Barbie has joined Infamy and Knievel, Infamy and Blocky. Yeah. Gaviscon just powering through. Jammers, as you said, they're just going for it. Good slowdown by Party Boy.
Yeah, you can hear the call from the bench. Basically, the penalty box is now empty. Call it now. So Party Boy, naughty Party Boy.
Well, Party Boy picking up 2 penalties in that jam. Just at the end there, picking up a forearms penalty. So there will still be 1 and 1 in the Cloud 7 penalty box, blocker-wise, as we go into the second half. But 12 points for the Inhuman League, 14 for Disorder. We are still the Inhuman League in the lead. We're only by 6 points as they play 131 to Disorder's 125 points.
Yeah. Belena doing all that work just for Party Boy to go back in the box, Rue.
It is, but I mean, some fantastic work. They have closed it down fractionally. Yeah. This game hasn't really spread further than what was it, 16 points?
I think it was 16, yeah.
So, how to start your Sunday.
This is going to be right up to the wire, isn't it?
Absolutely. So do stick around. We're going to take a short intermission. 14 minutes. We will see you back here just before then. Do not go anywhere.
Bye.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the second period of our first game here at the MRDA Championships 2025, being hosted by Tyne and Fear. It's lovely to see you all back here for this Sunday morning game. It is early, not stupidly early, but it is early on a Sunday for us here based in the UK. I'm aware that the time zones across the globe are going to be very different, so thank you for tuning in wherever you are based.
And on catch-up, if you wanted to do it that way.
Coco, unfortunately, Coco, I think our microphones are cutting in and out.
Oh,
You're back up.
I'm here.
You're not. We're gone.
Right, so just before we jump back in, I have been instructed by the wonderful, lovely Mr. Slazem, who plays for Inhuman League, to say hello to Berry and Jessie, because you are listening and watching us today. Hello to you both. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. And Daddy says hi.
Daddy's playing a great game today as well.
Always.
So make sure you keep tuning in to watch Daddy. Now, our wonderful producer, Loud and Queer, has given us some statistics from that first half. There have been 4 2-minute jams. 4 2-minute jams. I don't want to do a 2-minute jam. I barely want to do a 2-second jam. Gaviscon, in number 5 for the Inhuman League, has played 5 jams. He scored in 4 of those 5 jams and has scored 12 points each time he has scored points. It's very consistent. Top scorer for Disorder at the moment is our Kevinator with a 47 points for from their total. And we are about ready to go into this second period. That's a good point. 27 of those 47 points were in a single jam. Thank you, Loud and Queer.
Double Tap being their highest scorer for the Inhuman League. So right back to the action, we have Gaviscon and Dave are your jammers for this time. Lead just being awarded there.
Ooh, Gaviscon, fantastic work. He was out. I thought he was going to be recycled back by Davido Dessou, but skips around the outside line, retains lead, and is now back in for a scoring pass. The pack has not moved past that 30-foot jammer to pivot line. It is now just starting to get pushed out.
They just live to prove us wrong, don't
They
they?
do. Jason Slazen not allowed to continue blocking, so we do have Dave now out and ready for a scoring trip. But Gaviscon very much aware, just gets his hips around Davido Dessou, picking up points.
Leading with the butt. Leading with the butt to get that last point in.
4 points for the Inhuman League. Disorder held to a 0. So an extension now, 10-point difference between the two teams. Inhuman League, remember, playing in black with the red accents. They're on 135 points. And Disorder, white with the black accents on 125. I say white with the black accents. It isn't as visible on camera. It does look like they're just playing in white or grey, but it is white with black accents.
It's like a pattern. It's beautiful.
It is glorious. Chiquito Violento just taking on that inside line. I thought that was skipping up with the line, but it was not. However, Double Tap has broken free, not lead jammer, but broken free. Lead jammer has now been awarded to Double Tap, so he has picked up lead.
Powering through.
Yeah, lovely inside line run. Good change of pace there by the Inhuman League jammer.
He's got such speed in him. Like, when he needs to put it down, he absolutely puts it down.
Speed and power and agility, exactly what you need in a jammer. Also being displayed by Chiquito Violento, managing to take that inside line and coming back round now for a scoring trip. Both jammers on their first scoring trip. There's that apex jump. We've seen it before. We've seen it again.
Was a cut.
Yeah, this time not landing or taking off where he needed it to do so. And this gives some space for Double Tap. Oh no, Inhuman League down to just a single blocker on track though. Crash Test Barbie. Just there, it is a power jam in favour. Blocky now has returned to the Inhuman League's blocking contingency.
So from a tactical point of view, with that low, they're going to call it, but from a tactical point of view, if I had so low blockers, it would be a lot of pack work play.
Massive amount of pack work play. I mean, the only thing I have going for me is a brain, and that rattles as it is. So I would be looking at stretching the pack out. I mean,
breaking it
as much as possible. 4 versus 2 is tricky when you've got such agile skaters, such quick reformers. So yeah, I'd be like, no, let's start thinking outside of the pack box, as it were. Power start now for the Inhuman League. They have fielded Skate Pliskin.
They have, yes. Who actually will go straight for a sit down. I believe that was a forearms penalty.
It is a forearms penalty indeed. So a quick release now for Chiquito Violento. Lead is still open, eligible for lead. And lead has now been awarded. Chiquito Violento and Disorder, they are 20 points behind going into this jam. Let's see if Chiquito can get another high-scoring jam through for Disorder.
Yeah, on his initial pass there, because essentially there was only 2 blockers, they were absolutely just swallowed up by the full 4 of offense.
A little bit fuller now with an empty Cloud 7 penalty box.
Full 4 defense for the Inhuman League, which is quite interesting, while Disorder are sending the offense to support.
I mean, Pliskin is a very powerful pushing jammer, so he was able to create his own offense, manages to break through around the sides of Ritter, for that initial pass, but it is called, you can probably hear them in the background, it is called before they can pick up any points, but they hold Chiquito Violento to only 3, an initial one pass, one scoring pass.
Yeah. So a bit more penalty trouble. We have 1 for each team on 6. That's Party Boy and Fenno, I believe. That's correct.
It is correct.
And then we've got 5 for another 2 skaters on the Inhuman League. So just got to wind that back in.
It is Kevin Ater, lead jammer now for Disorder, powers through that inside line, but quickly followed by Hoof, who followed through in that same line. Really good play there by the jammers to try and like, oh, you know, I'm going to take that slipstream behind you.
Beautiful read, yeah.
Really, really good read. Donuts. This early in the morning, no points scored for either team, so we're holding it now in the Inhuman League, 145 points, Disorder on 128, and we have got 25 minutes remaining in this game.
Yes, we have so much left to go. We have Perversa is your jammer for Disorder. Gaviscon once again up for Inhuman League, being assigned lead. Just skipped around. I believe that again was Davido Dessou on the outside.
Yeah, I think with the exception of his first jam, Gaviscon has had a lead every single time. Comes around now on a scoring trip, but there has been a star pass to Nobody, who's now broken out and is around on a scoring trip. We are on turn number 1, taking Dorney down to the ground. Doom now stopping any further progress from Nobody, and Gaviscon picking up, I believe that is a back block penalty. Tried to go through that inside line, so a power jam now in favour of the pivot turned jammer Nobody for Disorder. Disorder down to just 3 blockers, but they are doing a good job of splitting that pack apart. There is a recycle happening on Nobody, who's going to end up behind that jammer line. Once again, that pack barely moving.
Yeah, so Perversa, I was saying, oh yeah, Jammer's gone at the box, but it was the former jammer Perversa has gone. Yeah. Disorder doing their absolute very best just to try and break up this Till wall, but Till are trying to performing.
That was a really good, really patient play there by Nobody. Taking a little bit of his own medicine, because he's been doing some great knockouts and runbacks, but some space opened up. Oh, hello, pivots who can jump. Oh no, it is a cutting penalty issued to Nobody. Gaviscon already back on track, and now with a power jam, this is going to be really good for the Inhuman League to stretch that lead. Disorder trying to close down that inside line. Ritter not able to hold it. Gaviscon rotates around, but I don't understand how Disorder get back in front so quickly.
They're like teleportation.
I've literally said someone's name is at the back of the pack, and then all of a sudden they are at the front. 4 points picked up by Disorder. That would have been picked up by Nobody, which sounds really weird. 12 points picked up by Gaviscon. There's been power jams throughout that jam. Points currently stand 157 to the Inhuman League, 132 to Disorder.
So we have Nobody is sat as your jammer currently. So we're starting on on a power jam for Pliskin, who makes short work and is your assigned lead jammer.
Pliskin coming around.
Jam is called flat. Official timeout to work out what just went on there.
It may be a medical issue, so bear with us. We will take you back to the action as soon as it restarts. But don't move, don't go anywhere, don't turn us off for sure. We have 22 minutes only remaining in this game. It's been a very close, a very tight game. The Inhuman League just starting to extend those points out now, 157 to 32. So they're now a 25-point difference. I mean, it's been as close as 2. We've had lead changes throughout. This is the furthest apart that the points have been in this entire game.
Yeah.
But Disorder still have so much going. We've seen them take a 27-point jam, so they can easily take this back in just a matter of minutes.
It's all going to come down to penalties. I think there's a lot of Till have been really great at making the most of those penalties.
They have, yeah.
Power jams.
The power jams, definitely. I think for both teams, though, for me, it's been the rotational blockers. If they're getting a really good start, it does tend to go in the Human League's favour once they've got a really good start. But for both teams, the moment they start losing blockers because they're trying to do that little bit extra, and it's just over and above what's needed, or, just, again, two completely different styles of playing coming together, a bit of a clash. They've not quite worked each other out, which is settling down now. But the moment you lose one person from your pack and you start trying to make up that extra effort, is when you're likely to pick up those mistakes.
Yeah.
And we've just seen, honestly, those seats in the Cloud 7 penalty box, I don't think are cold. They've been occupied throughout this game.
Sitting in a warm seat.
And you need that on this cold Sunday morning here in Newcastle, but it is a cold, bright and sunny day here. We are going to be heading back to the action soon. It was called for an injury medical reason, so that jam was called legally and naturally. We will return back in with a fresh jam following very, very shortly. And of course, following very shortly is an entire day of roller derby. Next game that we're going to be seeing today is Denver versus the hosts Tyne and Fear.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
That's going to be a cracker of a game.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Denver, who we've seen in the exhibition game on Friday and playing against New World Order on Saturday. And we've seen Tyne and Fear playing yesterday, although some of their B team did play in the exhibition game alongside the 15 Ronans, which was lovely to see.
It was a fantastic, lovely game. Really, really good atmosphere. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, great to expand the experience across the globe for men's roller derby.
Yeah, so we have nobody is standing in the box. They've sent out double tap, again, making short work of that getting lead.
Yeah, lovely little dip there around the edge of Party Boy to get lead for the Inhuman League. Inhuman League again playing in black with the red accents. Disorder are in white. That's a star pass over to Kevinator. I mean, if you're going to have somebody as your pivot, definitely going to be Kevinator.
Yes.
Oh, that jam is called.
Yeah, just struggling with picking up those points for double tap. So I was like, I've got Kevinator coming up behind me. Let's just not.
So you can almost hear like the warning bells and spidey senses are tingling. 3 points picked up by the Inhuman League. They are now on 160 points. Disorder on 132, and we have got just over 21 minutes left to go.
So we've got Hoof up again, and next to you, Dave, are your jammers for this jam. Hoof looking for that inside line, takes it.
Chased down by Davido Dessou, but that pressure really intensified Hoof's escape there, I believe. Dave pushing now up against Blocky and Gigantor. Crash Test Barbie coming in now, that tripod holding. Again, it's a till tripod. We do not want to see it as a Disorder jammer.
Hoof very, very happy. I don't think he had some absolutely fantastic games earlier this weekend and has struggled a little bit, but is actually coming into his own in this jam, so I think he's quite happy with this one.
We've had a little semi fake out, but actual star pass now to Davido Dessou, jamming for the first time for Disorder. Oh, lovely, good work. Really low under the hips of the Inhuman League blockers to break out. Coming back round now, very swiftly into the pack. Hoof wasn't quite sure what's happening, but there is a back block penalty issue to Davido Dessou. So this is now a power jam for Hoof. Hoof just waiting for his blockers to work out how the engagement on this Disorder 4 wall is going to take place. Decides to pass this power star onto the next. I mean, that's that sharing and caring, isn't it?
It is.
So, yeah, Hoof picking up 8 points for the Inhuman League, really stretching out their lead now. They are 36 points ahead of Disorder going into jam number 8, and will be starting on a power start.
Yeah, so I believe that Dessou had literally just sat down as so pretty much a full 30 seconds for Pliskin to
you
go.
Want one of those, don't
yeah,
you?
full 30. So straight into the rear of that Disorder pack. Chaos being caused by Till. Holding one at the rear, stretch out, but lovely knockoff.
Yeah, I mean, you're holding Kevin Ater as a blocker is
Have fun with that.
Oh, my word, you want medals for that alone. Pliskin there, lead jammer. We have 4 for Disorder on track, only 2 for the Inhuman League. They have lost a couple of blockers in that process, and now Davido Dessou. Oh, that is some very good awareness by the Disorder jammer. Recycling himself back after attempting that outside line.
Start is off.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's pass it on to someone
but
who.
Kevin Ater's got a penalty.
Oh, no. Davido Dessou, though, is a very agile, very good jammer. Just double checking. I believe he thought that penalty might have been for him.
Yeah, no, it was for Doom. Is that Doom? I think it's Doom.
Well, the star has gone back on Davido Dessou's head. Dorney with that knockout, managing to get really low to catch the Disorder jammer there. Good work from the Inhuman League blocker. Inhuman League with 3 blockers. Disorder with 3 blockers as Pliskin comes round on another scoring pass.
Some beautiful footwork from Dessou to get through on that inside line there.
He's now pushed Infamy out of the way, so is now also on a scoring pass. Pliskin facing up against him, tells him to go to the inside. Both jammers go to the out.
Does that ever work?
I mean, it's you know, is it the fake or the double fake or the triple fake or the? Yeah, I know. I can't count much higher than 3 or 4. I am a drummer. 4 points for the Inhuman League. They are now on 172 points. Disorder static on 136. But we do still have about 17.5 minutes to go in the game.
I mean, for that being a penalty start, I think Disorder did really good to hold them to only 4 points.
They really, really did. And they are now with a jammer, Chiquito Violento on track. He goes round the outside with help from nobody, picks up lead jammer for Disorder.
I mean, this might have been like the first lead jam that they've got for a little while
Oh,
now.
absolutely. They really need this as well. Since jam number 4, this is their first lead. Chiquito Violento just taken to the outside. Excuse me, decides to call that one rather than allowing Human League to get any more points. So we've got a second serving of donuts for the day.
So what's interesting is Disorder have actually only
We're being told that Disorder have only scored 7 points.
they put up the 4 and then rescinded them, but it actually
Oh, they were issued 4 and had some rescinded. So we're now, well, they have 2 points being issued from that previous jam. So they're on 138 according to the scoreboard. We may have to double check in with the scores. There may be some issues with regards to what's been rescinded, what's been awarded in that jam. Of course, it has to stand as it shows. If it is written down on the paper,
That's what it is.
we'll double check what the electronics on the paper tally up to in a moment.
But meanwhile, Hoof is out and lapping. He is on the rear of that Disorder wall while all of his pack attempt to hold the pass on Davido Dessou. Must be quite happier to take the passes now. Ooh! Yeah, so...
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
That was a big hit. Everyone's back up. Maybe a little bit slowly, but everyone is back up.
I would anticipate there may be an official timeout now.
We'll double check. No points were awarded in that jam, but we are taking a team timeout.
It is a team
for
timeout.
the Inhuman League. So our scores stay on 172 points to the Inhuman League, 138 points to Disorder. 15 minutes and 20 left in this game. Whew. Coco, it's a timeout, so we are just going to shoot over to our sponsors, the Cleveland Guardians.
Yes, we are. So fantastic growth from Cleveland Guardians. A lot of our teams have taken a hit during
huge.
COVID. And, you know, Cleveland Guardians being one of them, growing just from 6 to 30 league members. Like, having 30 league members is amazing.
It is. It's a huge accomplishment. And again, across the globe, we're going to have different COVID parameters. So the allowance to return to skating will have been at delayed times, depending on where your location is. So we are talking in the space of a maximum, 18 months?
Yeah.
for you to grow, well, almost triple, quadruple. Oh, again, it's counting. I can't do it. But to grow from 6 to 30 is a huge accomplishment. So well done to Cleveland Guardians. Definitely stamping their name into roller derby's territory and terrain.
Yeah.
This is Pliskin's third power start.
Third.
In this half.
Third. You went third.
As in this half, yeah.
So we got Pliskin up for a power start. The lead by David O'Dessou was, yes, deemed penalty worthy at the end of that last jam. So Pliskin seems like he's telling himself, take it chill. Just chill out.
It's a Sunday morning. Let's have some zen. It's not the zenist, but Pliskin very zen. Just goes round backwards.
Yeah, pretended like he was going to do an apex jump and then beam dipped around the outside.
Yeah, we did have a clockwise penalty issued to Ritter for disorder, so they're down to 3 blockers. Nobody not quite able to take Pliskin on that outside line. Oh my word. It was beautiful footwork, but unfortunately just over the line for David O'Dessou. So again, this power jam continues for the Inhuman League skate Pliskin. Inside line sweep, we've seen it, it's been effective. Disorder starting to catch onto it, but with 3 against 4, it's really hard for them to counter block against that strategy.
Pliskin sending in his blockers first, just to give a little bit. No.
He was still on track whilst calling it, so that cut has been issued.
He normally does a straddle of the line, and I maybe just didn't quite get it in this time. So we do actually have a foul out.
Yes,
in that.
That will have been from Disorder.
David O'Dessou.
Yeah, who was in as the jammer, picked up his 7th penalty. Not a standard jammer for Disorder. Took the star pass as a pivot, wasn't able to give it back.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that came with the responsibility of trying to stay clean on track. Just picked up that last penalty. So yeah, there will be a switch of jammers in the Cloud 7 penalty box for Disorder.
Yeah, essentially picked up 3 penalties in the space of 2 jams, which that was it, just tipped over the edge.
It is harsh. And we saw that there was the intention for the star pass in the jam previous, but Kevin Ater picking up a penalty as the pivot didn't allow that to go ahead. So unfortunately, Disorder already with 2 players less, 2 players light, are down to 3 players light compared to the Inhuman League. So it isn't going to go where it isn't what they want to see now. Obviously, they are 138 points to the Inhuman League's 184, and Inhuman League putting 12 points on in that jam prior to the end of it. Again, it's just the Inhuman League now really finding their stride, really working out how to play against Disorder. Disorder's wonderful whirlwind moves still working wonders. I mean, that's alliteration for you, isn't it? But they again, as you said, it's the penalty trouble, Coco. If they can't stay out of the box, there's only 3 of them. Is obviously 2 or 3 is easier to get past than 4. I know I can't count too well, but that just seems like it makes sense. So they do need to keep their players on track, and losing an absolute fantastic knockout run back blocker, defensive blocker, is going to be a big hit for them.
Yeah. I've just actually worked it out, and David O'Dessou actually fouled out on 8.
Oh. Oh my word.
Okay.
Oh my word.
You know, we have Party Boys in trouble, but still on the track. Just going to try and run it for these last 13 minutes. We've got some in yellow, some marked in... and Pliskin goes for sit down for forearms.
So this is now switched to a power jam in favour of Belena for Disorder. Inside line opens up by nobody. Well, that is a cut penalty, just edging over that inside line. This is going to swap the jammers in that Cloud 7 penalty box. Disorder pulling to the back to try and set up some defence. In Inhuman League, it is 4-on-4 in the box as Pliskin returns to the track. He's telling the blockers, no, take your time. They are coming in for that sweep. Cluster, Disorder with the 4 blockers, able to counteract it. So again, that blocker advantage is really helping out.
Yeah, when they've got everybody on track, the sweep doesn't cause as much issue.
That pack long, that pack stretched out. Pliskin now with just 2 blockers to push up against. But we are looking at Ishel and Party.
But at least Pliskin
Boy.
knows his penalty, so he's, you can tell by how he's jamming right now. He's
very
trying to play
steady.
it safe.
Arms out wide. I'm not using my forearms. I'm just going until I get told I can go.
It is like the entire half a pack.
I mean, almost the furthest the pack's moved as well. Inhuman League, though, not really moved past that jammer line as they're holding Belena, having returned from the box.
Star in hand.
Yeah, has been on track for about 30 seconds and not been able to get past Inhuman League. And Pliskin now doing the same moves for a scoring pass up against the same people. Like it's Ishel and Party Boy.
That is full-on trust in your own pack.
That's the first time that neither jammers can get past. Oh yeah. That was close. It was close. They had put it up.
4 points added on by Skate Pliskin for the Inhuman League. Not picking up any points. Disorders Belena didn't actually manage to break out after having those penalties. And we have 11 minutes left in this game.
88 plays 1-3-8. That is maths I can do. 50 points difference.
Ooh, it's good of them to make it nice and round because they know we are simple people. Double tap. Oh, it was quick, but unfortunately it was not on the track. Cut penalty to double tap. Gives space now for Dave for Disorder. Disorder
Double
going.
tap's first penalty.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So such a clean player. Unfortunate on that time taking it out. That was the Inhuman League sweep was performed by Disorder, if you just saw it.
Oh, they figured it out.
They have worked it out. They're fast learners here. Oh, Dave is picking up a forearm penalty for that knockdown on Dorney.
I think Dorney thought it was his penalty for a second there. But no reason for him to return to track. He doesn't have to go backwards. I mean, I personally would, but, you know.
4 versus 4 blockers wise, but a power jam in favor of double tap. Not what Disorder want right now. That 4 points they have already scored is about to be contested by double tap, who is on a scoring pass. Dave has returned from the Cloud 7 penalty box, but is not moving very far, maybe 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, so we've got no... Sorry, I'm reading things incorrectly. I will stop trying to talk right now.
I find just looking at the pictures helps. There's so much action happening here. We can barely give you any extra information. It is just changing constantly all the time. Hits out to the inside on both jammers. Recycle's taking them back, but Disorder down to 2 blockers. Is Shell trying to hold? Oh, and a lovely knockout on double tap. Recycling back, and this gives a bit of space for Dave at the front, trying that inside line. Recycled at back by Gigantor.
And there was a penalty assessed.
It's to nobody.
Yeah,
nobody wasn't quite listening in, focused on that game, but is now going to sit. So Disorder will start low for the next jam. 192 points. The Inhuman League. Disorder picked up 6 points in that jam, though. They're now on 144.
So do we believe that Inhuman League will crash the second century in the final minutes?
Well, I mean, they've got 8.5 to do it. So, you know, they have scored some really high points. We know Gaviscon is a consistent 12-pointer when he's on track. So there is a very good chance they will pick that up in the next few minutes. There is still space for Disorder, but they really have to lock their penalties down.
Yes.
They're picking up the skills and the strategy of the Inhuman League, which is fantastic. We've just seen them do their own offence on them, which was lovely. But it is their penalties taking them out, and Inhuman League, I believe, have just switched to the awareness of Disorder's play faster than Disorder were able to counter it back.
So team timeout, Disorder have taken it. I think they're just going to take a minute just to kind of, come on, let's just settle down a little bit. This is always so much that you want to do, and in these dying seconds of a game and dying minutes of the game, you just want to give it your all, but unfortunately sometimes your all just tends to be that little bit sloppy.
It is. It's a tough decision to make on, like, do we go out? Do we go 100%? Do we try and push it? Do we relax it back? And if you're ever unsure what to do, maybe get yourself along to a clinic or an affair, maybe summer affair, where you can learn more about the world of roller derby. And that timeout was sponsored by the Cleveland Guardians.
What a beautiful segue.
Thank you.
So Chiquito Violento is up for Disorder. We've got Hoof as well, and it is Hoof that takes the lead.
This is not what Chiquito Violento wanted. You can see that the disappointment in his face as he's recycled back by Infamy. Another takeout by Jason slays them. And that Infamy Doom slays them wall now set up at the back. Rutter is trying to provide some offense, but decides to stick to the defense as Hoof, is coming around for his second scoring pass.
Hoof, the golden Labrador of roller derby, as as his spouse calls him.
Oh, and there I'm gone. Sorry.
He's just happy to be here.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Oh, big hit out. Give us one moment. We will come back. So, yeah, Coco's just broken me there. As you can see, I'm generally just, facts. But
I know all these people quite personally. So, yeah, I'm in their wedding vows. It was like, Hoof, my golden Labrador.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
No,
no,
but
it's not because he eats a lot. I think it is for other reasons.
He's like I say, he's just happy to be here. He's just always got a smile on his face.
He has, and I did point out the disappointment there from Chiquito Violento, but I think it was just a personal disappointment. Otherwise, the teams today, this game has just been.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's their last games here. They both just want to go away with like a really good, accomplished feeling.
And they should, though.
They really, really should. It's been wonderful to see them. We've seen a lot of happy players this weekend.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely adore it.
Nobody's getting paid for this. Nobody's making millions in Bitcoin cryptocurrency. Well, I'm certainly not. If you are, please let me know.
I'm getting paid in caffeine.
I'm getting paid in like thanks and
hugs.
Yeah. 200 points for the Inhuman League. They did break that double century. They have 8 points picked up in that previous jam.
Well, they sat on 100 between jams, and they sat on 200 between jams.
They like to have those nice. They had the nice score earlier as well.
Nice.
So they like to have those nice scores. So we are just under 8 minutes left in this game when we do return back to the action. It has been a belter of a game, a really good start to this final day. Day 3 here at the MRDA Championships 2024, hosted by Tyne and Fear in Newcastle, United Kingdom. For those of you who are listening in on different time zones, we really do thank you for taking the time to stay up or wake up super early to be with us, and we're hoping that this game is not disappointing. Really, really tight in that first half, Coco.
Really tight.
Super tight. We were talking like lead changes every couple of jams, 2 points in it, but the Inhuman League in the last 20 minutes or so really have just taken this game as their own.
They have. It's just eking out those extra points. It's not huge jams. It's not running away with it. It's just disciplined, go, points, call.
Yeah.
The pack work from both teams is just bringing themselves so much tighter together that we aren't getting these high-scoring jams, even if they wanted to.
We're not, no. And again, like you said, the teamwork, we've stated it a number of times, that offensive teamwork from the Inhuman League is really playing in their power here.
Spicy.
And it's great to see not only the blockers, but the jammers, the bench, everyone's aware of what's happening, the patience in that jamming as well to let that happen. But Disorder, having picked up those strategies, their whirlwind responses are fantastic. Let's see if they can close this gap now as we go into Jam 16. Kevin Native for Disorder up against Gaviscon, two of the most impactful jammers for each team. And it is Kevin Native with lead. Exactly, Coco. There you go.
Yeah, so I think that after a lot in the first half, he's second time starting. So 4 points, holding Gaviscon to 0.
Yeah, I know. Gaviscon, our consistent 12-point scorer, not able to score. I wonder what that's going to do. Exactly. Right.
Ruined it.
He's like, my wonderful sheet has been ruined. A little bit of a time kill by Kevin Ater. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it would be nice for Disorder to go, right, let's get these points, call it. That gives them more time to get back and get more points.
Yeah, short, quick. Let's go.
Quick, short and snappy. Looking at short and snappy, that's a very, very, very quick lead to double tap for the Inhuman League.
That is literally the best way of describing short and snappy.
Short and snappy. I mean, he's taller than me, but very short and snappy in play-wise. Comes around now to a pause. Perversa almost acting as defense there, whilst the jammer for Disorder. Pushing up now against, I believe that is a Dawny and slays them wall.
We've
no,
had
Dawny
a
and Doom wall.
pass to Nitovka.
Yeah, Nitovka is now coming round on a scoring pass. Was that the splits? My word. Agile, taken down to the ground.
It's amazing what you can do with the when you don't realise it and don't intend to.
I mean, it's amazing what you can do when you have joints that work.
Yeah.
Nitovka picking up 2 points.
Lovely.
Yes, with that star pass. So Disorder on a nice round, 150 points.
But rudely, Human League have moved off 200.
How dare they score points? So 56 still between these teams. We've got just under 6 minutes left in the game.
We got Hoof up again to Jam. Obviously jamming a lot more in this half since he's got his head in. We'll have another official timeout. Skimbles, can we go have some dog shots? That's dog cam.
I told you it's Sunday morning zen for the camera team. The pack's barely moved, so I think they're having a bit of a snooze.
So we have trackside seating, as you can see, all these wonderful people enthralled in what is going on right now. Our trackside sponsors are Teesside Ticket Invaders. I want to talk a little bit about their charity event that they do every year called Proskate. It is a fantastic event, so wonderful. For those of you who don't know, Proskate is in aid of charity for prostate cancer awareness. It is part of Movember, in which people will grow mustaches for November. So we've got mustaches, we've got glitter, we've got excellent roller derby, fantastic day of fun. And last 2 years have raised nearly £2,000 for men's health charities. So a fantastic cause, fantastic event. Everybody loves a charity event where we can basically help out everybody
whilst having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
what more do you want?
I mean, I couldn't make it last year because I was quite poorly and I was so disappointed.
I'm sorry.
I'm hoping that I can make it this year, get some tickets and get involved.
It's held in November. If you are in the local area, you can get a spectator ticket. If you are not, or if you just want to donate, they do have a Just Giving page that can be found in the brochure this weekend, and I'm sure somebody will post a link to it online for you to also assist and donate.
You should follow Teesside Skate Invaders anyway, because they're lovely people.
They are. They've been cheering all weekend for us here, for the announcers,
for
obviously.
Everybody.
We are going into jam number 19. Gaviscon round that outside, sideways, side surfing, spinning out, picking up lead jammer for the Inhuman League. Belena being held at the back. It is a 3-wall holding. Again, it's that Inhuman League 3 is so effective. Belena looking for that star pass and nobody, but it's taken out. Space on the inside line. Oh, stolen.
Yeah, Sazem couldn't quite make it from one side of the track to the other with the speed that Belena was putting in there.
And Disorder holding that sweep on that inside line, just closed down. Oh, I thought Belena had jumped around the outside there, but the inside, but just recycled back. Gaviscon now holding back Belena whilst he waits for Dawny to come in. Oh, Belena avoiding the hips there. Some good work, but this pack is just a scramble as Gaviscon.
Everybody everywhere.
Yeah, scoots to the inside line, taking Belena out and then coming up the inside line for another scoring pass. 8 points so far to Gaviscon.
Slay them trying to open that outside line and then the inside line. But that 2-wall that we've got there is absolute fire.
Gaviscon working around Kilview Mame at the end to pick up a third scoring pass. He traditionally, consistently scores 12. Is he going for the 16? He may do now that Dorney for the Inhuman League has been sent to the penalty box, the Cloud 7 penalty box. Oh, it is a penalty, blocking with the head, I believe. There is a penalty issued to Gaviscon. Head block penalty issued to Gaviscon. So this is now a power jam in favour of Belena, who has already picked up 4 points.
But timeout to, well, reaches natural conclusion.
I can't believe that was 2 minutes. That felt like 2 seconds.
Right?
12 points. Gaviscon's consistency is sticking. 12 points to Inhuman League, 4 to Disorder. 218 points to Inhuman League. Remember, they are playing in black with red accents. Disorder in the white on 154, and a power start with Chiquito Violento, who will be starting after this official timeout. It may be just a short one, but we are going to give once again a big hello and thank you to our official Filet official, who is our official review sponsor, but we haven't had any official reviews in this game.
So, which is usually Till call at least one.
So a big hello to Filet Official, who started her derby career as a player and started learning how to officiate in 2018. She retired from playing in 2022 and transferred to Pittsburgh as an official in the spring of 2023. She has over 100 games as an on-skates official. That's more than me, and I've been officiating since 2012, I think. So well done to Filet Official. Chiquito Violenta, lead jammer, darts around underneath on the outside of Knievel to pick up a 4-point pass for Disorder. Again with that beam dip, wonderful work. It's a tall jammer, so he's getting really low, really bending all the way down on the outside around Dorney. Again, another 4-point pass. This time it looks like it is the Inhuman League who are having a little bit of blocker penalty issues. Oh, that's a big offensive play by Dorney, returning back to help out Gaviscon, who is now back on track and has completed an initial pass.
So, bit of jammer hitting going round, but that meant that Chiquito Violento could get some points in there. 16 points for Disorder, 0 for Inhuman League.
Now that is exactly what Disorder want. It is exactly what Disorder need. Have they started it in time? It's only the second time this half they've had more than one pass, and it is definitely needed. They are now 48 points behind. It may be too little too late, but let's see what the next couple of jams bring us.
It's still every pass counts, and so Knievel taking such a quick lead. Such a quick lead right there.
Yeah, Kevinator,
Kevinator, sorry.
The KK.
The KKs.
Yeah, the Ks are on our screens. Kevinator, exactly the jammer you want to put out right now. I mean, up against Double Tap. Double Tap is a formidable jammer, but that Disorder is sitting almost on a 4 defensive wall for Kevinator, just powering through.
Yeah.
Picking up 4 points already, but picks up a high block penalty. So now this is a power jam in favour of Double Tap. He cannot pick up lead, and this is an initial pass to be completed. Party Boy taking him out to the outside line, resetting, and
Also
it is a penalty. Penalty awarded.
That is a misconduct penalty, I believe. Blocking out of play.
Out of play penalty.
Yeah.
Just been confirmed to the penalty box. So Kevinator back on track. This is going to run us to the end of the game. The Inhuman League going very full defensive. Party Boy coming in with that inside sweep. It's closed down by Taylor Dawson, but Kevinator takes that inside line.
So 4 to the sky, taking Disorder to 8 on this jam. I think just every point is counting right now for Disorder. Just go for it.
The crowd has gotten super loud here now in the Walker Dome. As the period clock has disappeared, there are cheers for both teams. Kevin Ates has picked up 12 points already. Double Tap has returned to the track, but he still needs to do an initial pass. Kevin Ates has picked up another set of 4 points.
Throwing waves to the crowd as the timer runs out.
There's standing ovation happening.
Yeah, we've got everybody waiting to play, everybody that is watching, everybody that turned up at silly o'clock on
a Sunday morning.
On a Sunday morning.
On the Sabbath.
So happy. Fantastic jam there for Disorder.
Yeah, great game for both teams. Disorder picking up 16 points at the end of that jam puts their unofficial actual final score now on 186. The Inhuman League, though, powering through, no points in that last jam, but the second half was definitely their half.
Yeah.
218 points is where they finish, 32 points ahead of Disorder.
Congratulations to both.
Congratulations indeed to both.
Game.
I mean, I'm glad I was here this early. I'm glad I got to watch it, and I'm glad I got to watch it live. I'm hoping you all enjoyed watching it live too. Coco, you were on hit the nail on the head by saying it was going to be the penalties that had the biggest impact. Inhuman League definitely started to clean up their acts and stayed a little bit more solid.
Yep.
Disorder started to change their strategy to adapt to the Inhuman League, but I think the Inhuman League just that second half, they took it, they put it in their pocket, and they ran with it.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure to watch as both teams have evolved throughout a game, and that's one of my favourite things to see. Is you go out for the first sort of 6-7 jams, you feel each other out a little bit, and then as you settle into the game, you see it in both teams evolving to match who they're playing.
Totally. And I've said before, all the teams going away from this, if it's their first championships, they are going to be playing so differently next year. The experiences, the strategies, the styles that they'll have played against and had to counteract and work around means that they're going to be going into their next seasons as changed teams and adaptable, evolved teams.
Yes.
So it's going to be really exciting, no matter what side of the globe you're on, to see what next year is going to bring for MRDA gameplay.
Growth. That's what it needs, and that's what it's going to bring.
Nothing but growth. Yeah, so superb. Stick around. We can see already getting ready on track to warm up. Will be Denver Roller Derby's ground control, who'll be taking on Newcastle's Tyne and Fear, our hosts for this weekend.
Promises to be a good one.
Oh, yes. This whole day is going to be a cracking day. Stick around. We will be going over to a couple of interviews from the game you've just watched between the Inhuman League and Disorder. So do stick around. As I said, keep us on in the background all day. But for your live feed at the moment, we are going to tap ourselves out and take a break. It's been a pleasure. Have been and still will be Holly.
And I'm Coco.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel for MRDA. We are joined by the captain of the Inhuman League, Doom. Wow, let's start with that game. What a game to be involved in. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, we had so much fun. Disorder are just such a nice team. They're like lovely on track. Obviously they don't really speak English, but you could tell they were having fun. And it's just such a different style of skating to some of the other teams here. So we were really excited to get to play a different style. So just loved it. Great game.
Yeah, so I mean, you've had a great diverse tournament as well. You had Race City on the first day and a win. How was the feeling after that game?
Yeah, we were so happy. Obviously coming in, the American teams and the British teams haven't played at all. So we had no idea what was coming. Luckily we eked out a win. Felt a lot more comfortable in the first half, and they really upped it in the second half. We just had to sort of cling on in the last quarter and hope that we didn't get too many penalties, and thankfully we just about managed it.
And then you ended day one with, well, I mean, what can only probably be described as one of your highlights, being an international skater that you are as well. One of the highlights, playing against St. Louis gatekeepers at the end of Friday. Just talk us through the emotions of kind of before, during and after that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like you say, it was an emotional time. We felt really privileged to get the chance to play like number one in the world, essentially. It's something that, there's not that many chances to get to do, so we were just so happy. After the game, obviously, took a bit of a beating, but we went in knowing that who we were up against and that it was going to be a tough game. But again, we all just had a great time out on the track. Did what we could to play our game and get as many points on the board as possible and stop their points, and I think we did.
Yeah, so I mean, the score was 270 to 60.
Yeah.
Better than you were expecting?
I think if we looked on flat track stats, it was a bit better than the sort of prediction, but obviously how accurate those predictions are when nobody's played each other for 2-3 years. So yeah, we didn't really have huge expectations for what we were going to do. We just played it as it was, tried to adapt, and always smile, have fun, give each other high fives, and have a great time.
And it was great to see. And yesterday you had a day off, so no derby yesterday. What did you make the most of the day off, or were you in the sports hall watching everything else that was going on?
For the most part, I was in a sports hall, and then I went and had a great meal in Newcastle Centre. I think it was called Kai Kai. So if anybody fancies a meal there, can recommend.
That's great. And so the rest of this tournament, how do you see it going? You played the St. Louis gatekeepers. Do you see them as the favourites to win this, or are we going to see the winner of this game, Tyne and Fear, Denver? Do you see either of those being able to put anything on St. Louis?
It's very difficult to say. All three teams are great. I want Tyne and Fear to win just because I love Tyne and Fear. They're lovely. But obviously, I think any mixture of those three is going to be a great game, and we're just excited to see it. I won't make a prediction, sorry.
No, that's totally understandable. I thank you very much for joining us, Doom. You've had a wonderful tournament, both yourself and the Inhuman League. It's been great to see. I think this means you finished joint 5th.
Oh, really?
So having started as kind of in 8th, you were ranked 8th. You're going to finish joint 5th with either Manchester or Bandits. So you're going to finish above one of those, because one of those will end up finishing 7th. How does that feel?
That feels pretty good.
And how do you think that's going to motivate you into next season and kind of like 5 Nations?
Yeah, well, that's the big sort of next focus. So we're going to take what we've done this weekend, all the great wins we've had, all the things we've managed to learn, and how we've managed to push ourselves against fantastic opponents. And we're just going to take as much of that into next year as we can and really try and improve on what we did this year.
Well, obviously, I wish you all the best for next year, apart from in one game. You know. But other than that, thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your tournament. Enjoy the rest of your year. Thanks very much, Doom.
See you next year.
That's great. Thanks very much.